Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi guys, it's Mary-Eve Mongrain from It's Me Time podcast with Mary-Eve. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's so great I cannot say see you, but it's so great to have you with me today. I don't know when you're gonna hear me. I don't know when you're gonna see me, but I'm so glad that you're here. And my goal is to share my experiences with so many people. I'd like if I could reach 1.1 million people. I have reached 1.9 million people on TikTok on one of my videos about my Porsche. It had 1.9 million views, which did not give me anything in life, but other than say, oh, I got 1.9 million views. Yay! You can go viral and it will not change your life. So you get to decide if it changes your life or not, right? So I'm Mary-Eve Mongrain. I'm a mindset life coach. I'm a certified freedom leader, master freedom leader, and also a certified applied neuroscience life coach. So I teach law of attraction. I teach mindset, how I help people reframe their limiting beliefs and their fears. We go over their fears and see that they're just fear. We find the root cause of where those stories in our head are told, where they come from, just to release some of the stuff and some of the baggage so that we can actually live our life to be our authentic self, and just show up as our higher self. Whew! I will take a deep breath here because I love to talk, you guys. I love to talk. I'm sorry if I speak fast, but I will not be sorry because that's who I am. I will do my best to slow down, right? For me, it's something that I used to apologize for everything I used to do. Even if I didn't do anything wrong, I used to apologize. Somebody would actually treat me badly and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry, right? I thought I did something wrong, but it was not true. Like I just thought I was a burden. For a long time, I thought I was a burden. I thought I did something wrong. And people, I'm like, in 20 years, I let one circumstance in high school of being rejected from my group and my best friend affect me for 20 years, 20 freaking years. And I was like, they never told me what I did wrong. Like I could have changed that and stay with them. And in my head, like later on this year was like, you would have changed who you are to fit in with that group. So now it's a good thing because first you didn't do anything wrong. First it's energy, right? They were going on a different path than you. And at the same time, it's like, you wanted them to tell you what you did wrong so you could change to fit in. Oh my God, yeah, thank you that they did not. Thank you, people who rejected me and abandoned me, for not telling me what I did wrong, because in the end, I didn't do anything wrong. Now I know that. But also thank you for not telling me, because I would have changed who I am to be with you guys, which would not in the end been who I am. So I've attracted the right people all along my life who were people who were matched to who I was at that time, right? Not forcing myself to be someone I was not. So the people I had in my life, all my friends from the past, thank you for having accepted me for who I was then. Yes. So this being said, I was just that reminded me of a story when I went to the nail salon a couple of weeks ago. I was sitting beside another lady, and at one point, the other lady she was finding the lady's finger nails. Sorry, I just have the hiccup here. And she actually, went too strong, and she kind of gave a little cut on her finger. And so the patient, the client was like, ah! And then, the nail technician got scared. And the client was like, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got a burn, but like, I'm sorry, I surprised you. I'm so sorry. And I was like, she's the one who should tell you she's sorry, because now the other is like, oh yeah, that's what happened. Like it's still a new file, right? And the other one's like, oh my God, we're gonna do something. Like, is she okay? But like not really apologizing, just trying to find a reason why it happened, instead of just saying, I'm sorry, right? Like, it happens. Like, you ladies, you're a nail technician. You're not like, you don't have to be perfect. It happens, but just like apologize. But no, it was the client who was apologizing because she had a reaction to her being hurt and was profusely apologizing to the lady because she created a reaction in them. Because they were like, oh, because she was reacting. I said, first of all, you did nothing wrong. I'm telling you that you should not be the one who is apologizing. You got hurt. your reaction was valid. And if they reacted from you being having a reaction which was totally normal, that's on them. You do not have to make them feel better, right? Now you're kind of diverting your brain of the pain to because you think you did something wrong by just having a normal reaction to pain. It's something that I've had in my life, even emotional pain. Like, when you react to some abuse, emotional abuse, and finally like, hey, stop it. You look crazy, but then like if they feel bad, it's not my fault. You did a shitty thing. Excuse my language. And I finally had the normal reaction to it. Now, if you feel hurt from my reaction, it's not from my reaction. I know I got hurt. You hurt me, right? So just to learn to not like over apologizing is a trauma response. So just to make sure that you apologize if you did something wrong in your value. You know anyway, you will know if you did something wrong, right? So we got to stop invalidating ourselves. You feel hurt, you get to say, ouch, it hurts. Can you please be careful next time, right? It's just like, doesn't matter. Like, but she just kept. So you do not need to over apologize. And even one thing I did that I found really interesting, and it was at Wicked when we went to see Wicked in New York last week. Now it's going to be 3 shows later, but 3 weeks later, we went at Easter. We went to see Wicked in New York because I had a billboard on Broadway with my body, my face, my picture, my business information on there, on top of the US Polo store. That my billboard was there. Might still be here right now. I don't know. Well, 3 weeks later, most likely not. But when we went to Wicked, there was a lady who passed like in our row. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she just like we just squeezed and she passed. And then her husband or the man who came after her was just like, thank you. As he was passing and we were moving, he was saying thank you. And it's like, I enjoyed it, but they came at different time. So when the lady came at first, I'm sorry, my head's like, but you're not doing anything wrong. Your seat is there. It is your right to go to your seat. Right in my head, I was like, this is exactly what I had in my head. You don't need to apologize. You're just going to your seat and we're just going to move out of the way because we're sitting here right now. There's nothing, you're not doing anything wrong. You have the right to have that place, that space. That's kind of how it works. So I'm like, how would you say that? Instead of saying, I'm sorry. But that man, when he came, he just said, thank you. As we were like squeezing our legs back on our body to let him go or just standing up, it's like, thank you. I really enjoyed this. So instead of saying, I'm sorry, just say thank you, right? And I know like that's something I read a lot in the, I'm sorry I'm late. And I say, thank you for your patience. But this one of just like, instead of saying, I'm sorry I'm passing through to go to my seat, thank you for moving for me, right? I'm like, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that difference in the words, right? Same situation, new word. Like, I like that. It's more of a, thank you for moving. Thank you for allowing me to go through, right? You could tell the difference in those two people's mindset. She thought I can tell she thinks she's taking space. She thinks she doesn't deserve to be here. Like that she's disrupting. And like, no. Like, I didn't tell her that. But I'm like, how is that a mirror of me? Because I know everybody's a mirror of me. So I'm going to keep attracting things like that. So I want to share that with you guys. That I'm sorry versus thank you was a great one for me. Yeah. I want to talk about when we were on our trip to New York again. We stopped in, what's the name? Not Agony. Is the I know it's not Agony. Albany. Sorry. Sorry, Albany. I'm not destroying your name here. Because actually it was not Agony. It was perfect. It was amazing. I love synchronicities because I already had booked a hotel in New Jersey at the Courtyard. But then to go, I was supposed to leave the Friday morning and we left the Thursday evening in the end. I said, well, we'll do a little bit. We left at like 5 or 6 o'clock. And I said, we'll do a little bit and then we'll sleep along the way. At least I won't have to do 6, 7, 8 hours tomorrow, which was great. I'm sure if I did not manifest, I could have gone to New York right away, because we still ended up at the time at like 12:31. We arrived in Albany because we ended up having 2 hours at the border. But like, if I would have said, okay, we're gonna drive to New York tonight, the plan was like, if there was no like wait time, we would have been there around maximum 1 a.m. and instead we arrived in Albany. But we had that time there, so I know I manifested the 2 hour wait in at the border, which is fine because I ended up doing a live on TikTok and Instagram and saying, I'm going to New York to see my billboard. And I helped one lady, one of my friends. We chatted. It's still 2 hours of wait, so we had a FaceTime right on the live on Instagram, on Facebook, and I ended up doing some clearing work with her and just sharing some of the stuff. And she's the one who actually got me into, like, no, she didn't get me into, but she introduced me to Abraham X, which I followed like for like almost a year or two. Every day I was listening to her, but my work comes from there too. So it was a fun time. I'm like, well, I do enjoy, talking to people, and that was an amazing time while I'm waiting as well. Why not, right? So on our way, I had not booked any hotel. I said, well, we're gonna find a way. Maybe we'll stop. Plattsburgh was too close. I want to do more, like maybe 2-3 hour drive. We ended up going to Albany, which was 2 hours and 45 minutes from my house. And I just stopped to a hotel. I don't remember which hotel it was. And they had availabilities. And it was so weird because in New York, they don't have the mask. Like, you don't have to wear a mask. So I bring my mask and I'm like seeing nobody with masks. I'm like, this is weird. Like, just like stepping in a new reality, which in the end was super fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed that. But it's like, I brought it with me for a little bit at the time. It's like, very strange. I am liking it though. So I was able to get a hotel room, and I didn't even know there was a pool too. So in the morning, instead of rushing to move to go to New York, the girls and we went swimming. Well, the girls went swimming. I didn't. It was such a cool pool because it was like 3 feet up to like 4 feet or 4.5 feet. So perfect for my kids. I didn't have to go again. I didn't have to go swimming. So it was kind of a step up from the next hotel that I had booked in New Jersey with a swimming pool. But like, oh my God, girls, you don't even need your swimming gear, and you get to play together. Like, as soon as it's a little deep, I don't let my girls go by themselves. Otherwise, they have to stay on and hold on to the side because it's too deep for them. And if I don't want to swim, like, you can still go in, but you gotta stand on the side. But now they were able to move and play together without mommy. Like, I'm stepping myself. Like, I don't have to be with them in the pool to enjoy myself, just sitting there and watching them. I have fun doing that. Like, I want to be the mom who's going to be like lying on an inflatable and getting suntan while my kids are playing and splashing over there. Like, but it was just so good to be able to see them interact together as two sisters. And now, like, they're both in the age that they can do that, without hurting each other, and they can want to hold on, and she wants to do her big sister. So like, in my head, as I was, growing with, raising them, I'm still raising them, obviously, but I don't want one to feel like you're the big sister, you're the little sister. So you get more privilege and she doesn't, you have more responsibility, she doesn't, right? This is, no, they say, oh, you're the first kid if, that you're the middle kid if, you're the youngest if. That is not happening in my family. Well, anyway, not consciously anyway. Because I don't make my oldest be responsible for a little sister. You might be the oldest, but you're still just a kid, right? For me, it's so important that, yes, you're growing and you're getting, a couple more responsibilities, but not more. My youngest, she gets the same responsibility. They choose the responsibility. And I allow them to be kids, and that chores are not for them yet. Like, there's some stuff, okay, go put your clothes on. But it's important for me that it's not because you were born first or last that you're more important than the other one, right? Yes, sometimes my youngest takes a lot more of my time and energy and attention than my oldest. And I'm like, I want to make sure that she's fine emotionally about that we do like some other things together. But it's not, well, okay, now you're going to take care of your little sister. That's my job to take care of her little sister. That's my job as a parent, not my kids. And I understand there are a lot of families out there, right, that they have many kids. So obviously the oldest take care of the youngest. But even then, it is not the job of the oldest child to take care of the little one. Yes, that's free help, support, and it's amazing, but you're letting a child raise a child. And that's what happened at the pool when we were in New Jersey, when I rescued that little boy from who was kind of drowning, not kind of was drowning. I was able to get him out of there. But when I was there was one other adult for two little other girls. I was there for my two girls, and then the other kids were kind of together. Maybe one was like 12 or 13, maybe top, and there were other younger kids. And I didn't see a mom or dad. I'm not judging, because I know like we rely with what we can, we do what we can, and when we're raised away, she also needed a break. It's fine, but I said, I'm like, at least I'm there, and I said, at least there are adults here, so if anything happens, like I knew I could count on me. If they like, I was watching those kids anyway, right? I'm there for my kids, but while I'm there, I'm gonna watch for the other kids, that there's a parent or not. So when she came in later, I was like, you're letting your oldest take care, like, I didn't tell her that, but I was like, you're letting your oldest kid take care of the youngest one, but he's still just a kid, right? In my head, it's like, it's not something I want to do with my kids. Like, I still want to be the parent. And then later on, she was trying to help her kid. It was a little deeper. I jumped in before she was about to go in, but I jumped in faster. Like, I didn't have time to think like, am I going to remove my clothes? No. I just jumped in, got the kid out of the water, and no, everything is fine. But I was like, because my girl was like, why did the mom not jump in? And it's like, well, it doesn't matter why she didn't jump in or not, because I know back in 2018, 19, my daughter, one summer, we were at camping with my dad and his girlfriend, and she was still a baby. I was breastfeeding her. It was really warm. She was starting to have a little fever. And I put her in her nap in our crib for a nap. And when she got up, I breastfed her again, and she started having convulsions. She was like, ugh. Okay, this is freaky. When your child, like your baby, is in your arms, shaking all their body, having no control, and just like shaking like this, and then she kind of went limp. I still have some not trauma, but she was in my arm, not moving, super limp, and I didn't know what to do. I have first aid course. I took it 2-3 times already. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do at that time. I just screamed. My dad took her, was splashing her with water from the pool or whatever we had, in this thing, just water. We ran for like the ambulance. I didn't know what was going on. Like, she was just passed out. I couldn't feel anything, and to me, I thought she was dead. And I'm glad she was not. I'm glad my dad just kept splashing her, and she awakened, but I felt such like a shitty mom, honestly. Like, I'm her mom, and I didn't know. I couldn't save her. I could not do anything. I just was just in a panic, right? I felt guilty about that for a little bit. And then my friend said, you know what? You did the best you could as a mom. And you know what you did? You did the best. You handed her out to someone who could do something about it, right? Who could help her. Maybe the best thing sometimes is not to be the one saving someone, but it's to giving them, here, these people can help, right? It was like, for me, like, feeling so helpless, and I felt like a bad mom. And now it's like, I know I was not a bad mom. My system, my brain just didn't know what to do. It's okay not knowing what to do, and now I can say, thank you, universe, for having provided someone who knew what to do, right? Instead of feeling guilty inside, how can I transmute that for having gratitude for the universe for having brought someone who knew what to do, which ended up being my dad, right? There's a lot of things, that was not okay from my dad, but he still did a lot of good things. When I was younger, he did the Heimlich on me when I ate poutine and I was choking on cheese. So, he can save life too. He doesn't just call child services when things don't go well. No, it's not just that. Like, he still does good things. So I will give him that. But yeah, so for that mom who was like trying to get her kid, like, okay, come on, come on. She was upset at the kid. No, and of course, when your system is like, okay, stop kidding now. Stop kidding. Come on, come on. I don't even think she knew he was actually, drowning, because from her perspective, I don't know her relationship with her kid, with her son. But it's like, okay, come on now. I said to come, and you're not coming. Okay, come on, swim. I know you can. And by the time she was actually taking off her shoes. But when you're in that rational, like, okay, slow motion, you don't know what's going on. Okay, am I still gonna jump or not? Me, from being an outsider, right? I was not in a panic. It was just like, oh, someone is drowning. Let's just jump. I don't care. I already was planning of, in case something happened, I didn't mind being wet. But like, somebody could say, oh my God, she was taking the time to remove her shoes, right? We could be judging that mother. But like, I know from a standpoint of the brain, the freeze, flight, or fawn mode, she did the best she could, and her brain didn't make it faster, but because there was somebody else out there that could help. And, I can say, yeah, it was awesome, but that's I'm like, the mom was going to jump anyway. She was actually going to go. But I'm someone who does not mind jumping in the water quickly. And not just the water technically, but like in life. There's something, yeah, I'm going to go in. And I just jump in first. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going, right? So then I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid. Oh, come on, Nahiev, you're not afraid. You jump off an airplane for a parachute one day. You did this and you did that. If somebody's afraid, I mean, like, they don't look like that. They would not act like you do if you were afraid. So I got to stop saying these things. But on our way to Albany, there was this store. I'm like, we need shoes. In the end, we never bought shoes. But I said, oh, we stopped. We went to Macy's. I love Macy's. Last time when it was in New York, it was full of people. Now in Albany, if you want to go shopping at Macy's, man, there was not that many people. It was amazing. I love my space. I love when I can shop without being distracted and having so many people on me. I love not being rushed. And it was amazing. And I manifested I saw a couple purses because I have my wallet. I'm like, I need a purse. I need something to put it in. And I saw nice purses, and we went to get some clothes for the girls. And as I came back, I'm like, okay, I'll grab that purse here. I grabbed one, really cute floral one. But before that, I have to say, when we're looking for shoes for the girls in the shoe section, at one point I was smelling poop. I'm like, ew, it smells like poop. It's gross. I don't know why it smelled like poop in the shoe section, but it smelled really strongly like poop. And at one point, I'm like, oh, my daughter, like, here's a pair of shoes that you can try on, right? Because we were looking for shoes to go walk. She opens it up, and like, there's like black, brown stuff in it. She's like, oh, what, Mama, what's that? In my head, it might be just like the little paper. Just take it off. It's just the paper. It's like, looking at it, it's like, no, Mama, I'm not touching that. There was like a log, like a poo log in there, almost like dog poo in the shoe. Like, ew, 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 ew. Like, why would someone even, like, how? I would love an explanation, because I'm like, that means somebody had to bring poo inside the store. So either maybe they have like dog poo bag, or I don't think it was human poo. Anyway, I'm like, oh my God, like, what kind of vibration am I on right now? Like, anyway, so we brought it back to the cash. Like, this is gross. Thank you so much. And I still try to imagine how someone would, that was at the back of the store. Someone was looking for a bathroom or something. I don't know, like somebody would leave. Anyway, so I got to the cash. We, get their clothes. My purse, I said, well, I don't need to tell anyone, well, I would like to have a discount because I found poop in the shoe, right? And I helped the store or whatever. I know. I go to cash. The purse was supposed to be $90. It ended up being $60. Like, sweet! I saved $30 on that purse. There was no tag on it, right? That said it was on sale. So this is why when you create your reality, whatever you want will come to a price that you want, even though it's not advertised. And this happened often in my life. My patio set. I was like, oh, I'm gonna look for a patio set. Oh, I'm taking this one. And I turned the sign. There was on top of that $500 off once I chose it was taken, right? My knife set. I got a nice black and stainless steel knife set. When I went shopping for it, like I was starting to shop, more stuff and allow myself to have nice things. I was looking at all the sets, and my kitchen is black and stainless. And so I was like looking at all the sets, but the one that was matching my kitchen was not on sale. The other ones were. And like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the one not on sale anyway. I will spoil myself. And I got it. In the end, I think I saved $50 at the cash. It was on sale, just no tag, no price tag that said it's on sale. So that was just more example for me to say, doesn't matter what the price is. It's not what you're going to manifest anyway. It's you want this, there you go. You will have the price on sale at the cash register for some reason if you need to, right? And just going back to the Albany story, we went to Macy's, then we went in the store, just in the mall, to see something else. And we ended there was a little kid station, like with a game where you can beanbag toss, or one with connect 4 with colors. So they made a nice little grass area for kids to play at. And my girls just started playing with it. Then there's a lady who's like, oh, we would like to take some picture of your girls. And she had a form for me to sign to release a picture for their project, because that was a project for I don't know what. And we want to have pictures to show it was useful, kids used it. Of course. And then she was taking picture, which my girls are going into modeling and stuff, are into that. So they got, to have their pictures taken as they were playing, having fun. And the lady's like, oh, here's a $25 Sephora gift card. Like, thank you. I didn't do anything and I got paid. We went to get a nice lip gloss, but it's like, me just being a mom to my kids got me to get paid. So, I didn't have to coach anyone. I didn't have to do anything. I was just sitting there being a mom, letting my kids have fun. So I'm like, how else can I apply that in my life, right? I even have a check for $10 million on my wall in my office that said $10 million, and the memo is for being an amazing stay-at-home mom, or a successful stay-at-home mom. Not quite successful at that yet, because I want to work and do other things. But it started. I'm like, how else can I do that? I just got my kids there, and I got paid for it. I thought that was an interesting story to say. Right? Money, when you're starting to allow it, will come no matter how. It does not matter how, it will show up in your reality or whatever you need. And we enjoy makeup, so why not, right? One more thing before I let you guys go, before you let me go, because, you're the one, I have to go. But I was talking with my coach again this week, or last week, 3 weeks ago, right after Easter. And I went point because I was talking to him while I was driving. The Friday I was supposed to have an appointment with him, but I was like, I'm going to get to New York earlier, so I'm not going to, I'm on vacation. I don't need coaching. I'm just going to enjoy. I'm getting coached to be able to enjoy the present more. I'm going to enjoy the present more instead of being coached about it, right? That was kind of my mindset. So I skipped the Friday session. And then the Monday, I had another session. And I said, well, I'm driving 8 hours, so may as well have an hour of chatting with someone. So his camera was off, so it was not a distraction. And we talked for an hour. And then at the end, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop now, so I'm not a distraction anymore. And in my head was like, you know what? I did send an email to him after. I said, if you think you're a distraction, please do not have a coaching session with me or anyone else, because you are allowing yourself to distract others, right? I allowed that session because I know you were not a distraction, and you actually would, it's nice to chat with someone as if, someone was sitting beside me. If I think you're a distraction, I will not take the call, because I value my life more than coaching. Honestly, I value being safe on the road more than coaching. But I knew this was not hindering to me, because I was just looking at the road, doing my own stuff, and just chatting. But I said, if you see yourself as a distraction, do not take anyone's call. Do not allow the people to have a session with you if this is how you see yourself, as a distraction. I said, you were not a distraction to me. It was helpful. And it was nice actually to have someone to talk to, which was more entertainment than this distraction, right? However we see ourselves is what we put in the universe. And I said, I will not tolerate you to say that you're a distraction anymore. Because if at the same time, if your coach is saying he's a distraction, does that mean you're distracting me from my real man? Because right now I'm putting in emotion, I'm putting in energy, right? But instead of putting in there, why, if you're a distraction, how about we stop coaching and I focus on attracting the right person instead of distracting my energy somewhere else, right? So no, like I said, I will not tolerate you to say you're a distraction because this is not what I'm manifesting in my life. That's it. So you guys are not a distraction. See yourself as an end result. You are the prize, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the prize for whoever is out there, okay? You are your own prize and your own love is what you're looking for. Do not anyone talk about that they're distraction. If they are, you say, I will talk to you later. All right, own that for you guys. Own your values. On this, you guys, already the end. Past a minute extra. But I wish you an amazing day. May your day be as amazing as you are. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at MaryMongrain90. My website, maryevmongrain.com, is also available where you can find my podcast there, as well as any like my conferences in French, seminar if you're looking for me to go talk and share my story, some of my stories with your group. I would love to. I'm a speaker as well. I can talk about my grief as a young widow with 2 little girls, my life coaching stuff about love attraction. I can help your group of people with anything, pretty much. If you feel stuck, I am there. So on that, I am off and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Ciao.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, I mean, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.